Hey, it's Nomad Nana, day 2 of the new initiative. So, yesterday, my maid came in to show me pictures of one of the road trips that I recently took to see what's called the Thousand Waterfalls. And its official name is Tumbuk Siwu. And I really was grateful that I had been there before these massive mudslides that's been going all over many islands, including my island, Java. And I thought, oh, tomorrow when I do my daily thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to try to share photos from my trip. And I looked over them and they're so marvelous. But again, the technology. So my phone kind of syncs with my iPad so I can get a bigger view of the same photos. But it doesn't completely, because last month I manually deleted 2,000 over files. I still have 600 or 700. So that I downloaded them first to a USB stick, and so I could save them, but so that my phone would have some relief. And it turns out that I still have 2,900 on my iPad. So what can I say? Fuck the iCloud, really. Let me just be honest. iCloud has not done anything for me except bring me further misery. I know it means that the IT will have more data, the AI will have more data, but it doesn't allow me to have the maximum experience with my devices the way I'm hoping and I was using. So yeah, keep your eye on this spot, So the thing I want to say is, yesterday I was watching an interesting tech program about AI, and I hope that people know that it's a done deal. And it's not a done deal in a Terminator scary way, except if you kind of like fearmonger and you just sort of have this expectation, It's definitely going to, and already starting to, change the workload, but so did the Industrial Revolution, let's just be honest, But the other thing is, as we develop these super brains in the form of computers, they have a lot of utility. And they talked a little bit about some of the medical possibilities coming up in the future. Trust me, at 73 with chronic pain and neuropathy and stuff like that, sciatica, scoliosis, yeah, my back is ruined. It affects my comfort zone in my leg, which is where, for reasons of, old experiences with arthritis, that's where I have my chronic pain. And I keep saying that I am living just at the border of when we enter into new medical technology that will actually have the capacity to be able to alleviate the pain without medication. That's what I choose. I choose not to go the route of medication. Surgery, I have had the surgery once, not the the cut type surgery, but they did do this spinal block where they put in anti-inflammation and steroids. And yeah, it worked for about 2-3 days, and then that even wore off, and eventually I'm back in the same place. So I said, well, this is not the sustainable way to do it. And as you may or may not know, my decision was to take advantage of being in a place where deep tissue massage is really abundant. In fact, the person who does mine comes to my house twice a week. She lives 2 doors down from me. She's the sister of my maid. So there is not even, like the person I had for a couple of years, she, had to come over the motorbike, and, being an older lady doing this business for a long time, she used to fast on Thursday, so she often ended up taking a nap when she was supposed to be coming to me. So she could be as much as an hour and a half late. And that's not a big deal because I'm not going anywhere, but it is a big deal because the way my mind works. So anyway, I kind of would like to be a recipient of modern AR-inspired types of medical intervention, but I think I'm going to miss it. I think it's going to come into being after I die, and it's sort of like, oh shoot, just missed that one, But the other thing in terms of the AI is apparently the ability to be able to portray people and events that didn't really happen, that everybody can't tell the difference. I'm starting to see more and more AI, just random things come across my feed and everything, especially on YouTube, and I'm like, wow, these pictures are gorgeous. And then I realize, oh, it's enhanced by AI. So, I mean, I could enhance my own pictures by using filters and stuff like that, but I don't really want to. What I want to do is to age into my reality with the best health that I can, and I do that by nutrition and exercise. Nothing strenuous. I try to go out for a walk every day, which I am going to talk about on this channel, and I really maintain a kind of 95%, I would say, optimal diet. My nutrition is at the level where I help to alleviate things like genetic predisposition to diabetes. I keep my eye on my blood sugar. I do have high blood pressure, and I do take medications for that. But actually, that's my only medication, and then I take some calcium, magnesium, and zinc because bone density is a real thing, and how that works is that your bones are no longer as dense as when you're young, and that's why older people are more vulnerable to breakage, and also, when people start to kind of like lean, like the spine, it's just not strong enough to hold it up, So this is my recommendation for today. Don't fear the AI. Learn about the benefits that directly relate to you, and as a consequence, you can acclimate yourself to it without being overwhelmed by how much we may not know, because there's way more that I don't know about AI than what I have been investigating. And what I don't know helps to feed my curiosity, but I'm not afraid of it, just to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, don't fear the AI, number one. And number two, learn what benefits you to make your everyday life easier. It's sort of like my kids who grew up with a dishwasher, and I never grew up with a dishwasher, right? So what that means is that the task of doing dishes, especially after dinner, because after breakfast they go to school, right? The task of doing dishes was limited to rinse and place into the washing machine, the dishwashing machine, and then when it's full, you turn it on and it does its thing and it gets sterilized, clean much better than my kids could ever clean. And they take that for granted because it's always been there in their life. But I don't take it for granted because it's never been something I grew up with, right? However, I understand that these are the kinds of things that can facilitate life for people, and some of them become every day. Like glasses are pretty much every day, but just think about it, because somebody had to invent them, right? So, after we invent them, then we want to make them cute and fancy and fun and all that kind of stuff, but somebody had to really figure out what's going on with their eyes when I used to be able to see, and now my arm is not long enough for me to be able to read, right? So, and then now they have the ones that, I don't know if you ever noticed it, but my computer glasses have this blue tint, some Japanese technology that keeps my eyes from having more strain being in front of the computer, right? So anyway, all of this is to say we have the capacity to interact with these new technologies in a way that is beneficial for us individually, but also in a way that is beneficial for humankind and our future. And yeah, so don't fear the AI, but don't get overwhelmed by what you don't know, because a lot of us will live and die and never know all of it, you know? All right, so that's me for today. I'm trying a new recording platform. Let's see if it works. It's Nomad Nana. Like, subscribe, hit a sister up with a comment. Let me know how to keep this flow, despite the fact that I'm literally operating without any type of tech assistance. Love you. Bye.